Hello and welcome to Solar Solace Farms, where everything good comes from the sun. Today we're starting to get a little bit of raindrops on the ground. It's the 16th of April, and as you can see, this is some of my favorite weather, if you can believe it. I just feel like I'm right kind of in the eye of this storm, and got some blue skies to the northwest. The little town to the north of us is getting kind of some rain. The East Hills are getting rain, which they most of the time do. But it almost feels like you're in a room just when you're outside. What I'm going to do right now is just move these cows, let them have some hay here. And then I need to move this fence on the other side of that other fence. This is right now, early spring, this is getting really overgrazed. But we're getting a lot of alfalfa and grass hay on this right now for organic matter, and so that this soil can be getting built up. These cows are all waiting for me. I don't blame them. They're slim pickings on this pasture, as you can see. This is literally, I'll put my finger down and you can see just how I mean, it's way overgrazed. It looks like a golf course out here, so it's terrible. But this is the first year ever since I've started managing it that this area here has been this spring. I don't call it a sacrifice area, but it just gets overgrazed because this is the place where I put the animals to feed hay. Last year it was over on this pasture. The year before it was over on this pasture. So rotating them around to make sure you're not beating the same area at the same time each year is very important. So we're gonna move this fence so that they can get themselves into this other pasture and get themselves some hay. As you can see, this cow right here is not very happy about the rain. So I wish that I had some way to move this so that you can see them go through it, but I've got to use two hands about to get this reel to work. I'm not good enough to roll it up with one hand. Maybe I'll kind of hold the phone like this and see if this will work. Sorry, it's going to be kind of vertigo for you. That was getting them off the hook there. Going to the next one. And turn around, let you see them as they go in to this next pasture, this next, I guess, little spot. And the rain's really kind of starting to come down now. So you can see the rain. It's kind of cool, huh? Go towards the lighter part of the sky and you can see them even better. But we just got these piles that we dump off. Me and my boy put all these out last night for the next basically 6 days. So this will be day 5, so I've got 4 more days of hay out here. But anyways, I kind of want to talk a little bit about some of the more spiritual things that I want to do on this channel. I know that it's not for everybody, so maybe with combining it, you can watch until you hear me start talk about this. But one thing that I've been reading about lately is just the way that sometimes the prophets aren't listened to by the population and the majority of the population. And what that does is it leads to essentially misery for the population. When they choose evil over good, they begin to experience wars, and they begin to experience envies and strifes, which are basically just hard things that you have to go through. And there's different generations in the scriptures that choose to not repent when the prophets tell them to. They even stone and kill the prophets, the messengers, and the mouthpiece of the Lord, and which even brings greater condemnation upon them. So that's what I've been learning about lately. We just, in our church, the church that I belong to, last weekend listened to the prophet and a lot of apostles. And so I could go through those messages for each one of these for the next 6 months until the next one. And I might do that, but just wanted to bring you that spiritual part of this vlog today. With the beautiful rain, we're being blessed with some just pasture moisture. I'm going to be taking water in 2 days on the 18th. I'll get some pictures of while I'm doing that. Anyways, I want to show you how this grass is kind of coming through some of this. This has been pretty heavily grazed, but you can see if it's not heavy, the actual hay on the pasture, it's not too heavy if it's spread out well, that the hay will act as just a mulch to hold the moisture, and then the grass will come right up on through it. Manure pile distribution out in this field looks pretty good too, down on this part. So as long as I rest this long enough, until when you don't notice this cattle trail any longer, then actually I think it's a benefit to kind of concentrate animals and feed on these areas. So as you can also see over here, I've separated the sheep flock because they've just, Barber's pole worm has just taken its toll on this flock this year. I've literally lost half this flock, over half this flock this year. But coming out on the other side, what I have will be resistant. I also put them over here partially because this grass is taller, so they're not going to be grazing so short. And this has been rested all winter, basically, so that their manure that has the eggs in it isn't as much concentrated, isn't in as much concentration to where they hopefully can avoid some of that as well. But I need to bunch them up and move them too now, so that this grass can start to grow. With that many animals, they could stay on this pasture. If I was a conventional person, I could say I could just leave them on this pasture all summer long and they'd be just fine. But I want more feed, I want more forage for everything, this herd and that flock, so I'm gonna bunch them up. Anyways, it's really gonna start to rain on me now, so I'm gonna end this video and get this fence reeled up the rest of the way, and so I can put it on the other side of that one for the next day's move, because we're supposed to get more moisture Thursday and Friday. Anyways, appreciate you watching. Comment if you like it, subscribe if you like it. This is Solar Solus signing off.